Hey, give me money. YouTube memberships. Become a member of my weirdo empire. Just 99 cents a month, you can become Max Thrasher the Bounty Hunter yourself. Special badges, shoutouts at the beginning of the streams, and you get to feel good about yourself. For $4.99 a month, you can join the Erotic Eric Fontaine tier. All those other perks, plus once a month, you can join me and our friends for a special not quite wrestling live stream where we watch something that's kinda like wrestling, but not quite. And for $9.99 a month, you can play Armstrong Bingo with us. It's all that other stuff, plus once a year, you can select what we watch on Off the Grid. Just don't make it porn, don't make it something that'll get me a copyright strike. Please send a link because I don't want to do work. I'm lazy. Get on YouTube now, support me, I'll thank you later. Literally, I will thank you. And until we can fix capitalism, this is the best I can do.
From the swamps of Louisiana, the Cajun Predator.
The day of the hairy freak or the fat slob is practically gone.
Let the party begin. I've got snacks.
Hey, look at us. We did it again. Another 7 days around the sun. Welcome. WCW Deep Cuts Live. My name is Tom. Right there. Look at that. Right there. Handle, name, hello to everybody watching across all the platforms. Twitter, Twitch, especially Twitch. My homies on Twitch, the best. If you're watching on TikTok, I'm aware that it's streaming, but I have no way of keeping track of it because TikTok Live, if you're not just doing it on your phone, fucking sucks. So if you're watching on TikTok, come over to Twitch. Let me know that you're watching, because otherwise I won't be able to see your comments until after the show. So yeah, so if you want your comments to be seen live, come over to Twitch, because they don't pop up in the chat. And if you're watching on YouTube, no matter what, I'm not live. This is a VOD that you were watching if you're watching this on YouTube. I've seen quite a few people get confused about that. So I don't want you to be confused. I don't like confusing people. It's mean, it's mean-spirited. I'm not a trickster. I'm an honest boy. An honest 37-year-old married family man boy with a mortgage and too many pets. So, speaking of pets, that was mean. I shouldn't call you my pets. It's demeaning and kinky. But you know what else is kinky? Becoming a member of my weirdo empire over on YouTube. I'd like to say hello to all the members of my weirdo empire. Brian Dermody, Commish Spiffy, Toroid11, David Syracuse, Jonathan Mayer, Scott Keith, the Scott Keith, Hidden Track, Easy McClure, Jason Honeycutt, Bartmaster Supreme, Ken Terminated DQ, JT, Jacob Kinney, Brenticus Maximus, Campaign and JD, The Suzanimal, Adam Suzanne, Yankee Hawk 04, Peyton Andrews, Adam Simon, Brent Clark, Anthony Marola, Stephen J. Neptune Man, Bam Dog, Sean Fox, Jesse Jamie, Impwa, Wild Woobs, Brandon Stevenson, Casual Villainy, Dyma Bauer, Ninja Tyler Black, Active Graves, Mark Webster, Justin aka Buddha Bull, Unpop, Sean O'Connell, Coop's Footy Videos, not Coop's Foot Videos. That's X Videos, where he has that account. And D Cribs and Brando H. Thank you all so much for supporting me and supporting all my endeavors through YouTube memberships. And YouTube members at the Erotic Eric Fontaine tier and up, $4.99 and up. This Sunday, we're doing our monthly stream, Not Quite Wrestling. And if you were not in the chat, you're not watching Off the Grid on Sunday, here in a bit, I will remind you of what we're watching. this Sunday. It is wild. Looking at wild good times. Check out the Discord, tinyurl.com/Discord for Tom Green. If you want to keep the chat going after the show all throughout the week, go there. We've been talking some shit about Raw and Netflix on there today. So yeah, come talk some shit with us. tinyurl.com/Discord for Tom Green. But with that, we got a lot of show. We need to get into this thing. Let's go back to 1992, January the 4th, and watch WCW, or it's just World Championship Wrestling at the time, not Saturday night. They didn't change the name yet. Let's go. As always, let me know how the audio levels are. If you were not here Sunday, I had to overhaul freaking everything because my aspect ratios all got thrown off and all that tech mumbo jumbo. I had to recreate, almost, not recreate, I had to resize and move around all my OBS streams. Jim Ross and his little Lego boy haircut. Live from Atlanta. Audio sounds good. You sound good, Grunion. Hello.
And we will hear from the Stinger himself about that situation. Also, ladies and gentlemen, on the broadcast.
Got so much Bob Orton. Bob Orton rules. Last week, Sting beat the shit out of a bunch of junior prom chaperones. They were getting a little too close to each other. Needed to keep some space for Jesus.
Dustin Rhodes will take on Arn Anderson.
That does look like a toupee, Judas effect. I need to move the comments over the box. Everybody can see your wonderful wit. Your big, round, full, juicy wits. Hell yeah, that's awesome, DMP. Local hockey team had their teddy bear toss on Sunday, and fans donated over 100,000 teddy bears. The Georgia Mountain Center sounds way cooler than it is. Georgia Mountain Center sounds like a fortress, or like a Power Rangers villain that's like a farmer. So they were wearing the tuxedos because they had just had the Paulie Awards, a 10-minute segment where Paulie dangerously handed out trophies to his men. Yes, you're seeing tuxedos and white sneakers. Because that's what happens when you get to TV and they tell you, hey, we're doing an award ceremony today. They'll have to go rent tuxes. But since they're wrestlers, they're not going to pay for the shoes. Yes, thank you for reminding me, Jonathan. Posthumous happy birthday to our homie, Drugs Delaney. Shout out, Mark. I'm sure he's watching wherever he is, unless he's looking at Steph Delander butt pictures up in heaven. I'm assuming Bagwell is mad he wasn't named Rookie of the Year. He was probably named even the Dangerous Alliance Rookie of the Year. Sting is helpless. Like Arn, like the rest of them look goofy in the suits and the tuxes. Arn kinda looks right. Just beating a man with a whole cast.
Again, ladies and gentlemen,
why did we end the replay with that tight shot of a child? Not even really concerned. Just like,
man from Venice Beach, California. Paul E. Dangerously, and the reigning United States
champion. That's supposed to be snowing United States champion.
Again, ladies and gentlemen, in this broadcast, we will have comments from Sting, but it's been 7 days now, and your thoughts.
In 1986,
it's been 7 days. Like that.
Magna Magnum TA was crowned the greatest United States heavyweight champion of all time. Because you see, the U.S. title has not only a history of greatness, but a legacy of tragedy.
Is that a political movement I don't know about? Yeah, Rick Rude had such good luck with entrance music.
Met with tragedy.
I don't think he ever had a bad entrance.
Close. You were this close from waking up every morning like Magnum TA.
To think someday that man
saying, what if?
Would be presenting the Ula Fala.
You step into the ring with ravishing Rick Rude, it will not be over when you're laying in a pool of blood. It will not be over when the ambulance comes in.
We talk about how stupid Paul Heyman is for suggesting that Roman Reigns deserves an Emmy.
Please, ravishing Rick Rude, don't hurt.
I saw that comment last night. What the fuck?
It will be over, Sting, when you wake up every single morning.
Imagine how annoying he would have been
like
if he had this platform while running ECW, ran press conferences.
Of your former self, and you say, what if?
Shane Douglas deserves the ESPY for greatest athlete.
As far as ravishing Rick Rude and the Dangerous Alliance are concerned,
God, look at how tan Jim Ross is. Holy shit.
On a banana peel. You will never feel the weight of the United States Heavyweight Championship belt around your waist.
He's standing next to one of the more tan pro wrestlers and just completely outshining. Paul's also very orange.
Physically intimidate a woman. Not just any woman, but my woman. Steamboat, there's two things in life you just don't do. Number one, you don't mess with my money. Number two,
because he has a pistol.
You don't mess with my woman. If you do,
it was really weird how Rick Rude and Medusa were implied romantically in WCW, but it was never like outright said. Like he called him his woman, but like it's never like, oh, they're fucking. They weren't exclusive. Maybe they were poly.
WCW continues right after this.
Poly Rick Rude. Rick Rude with short hair looks way more tough. Like long hair Rick Rude looks sleazier.
I used to have dandruff, so I
short hair Rick Rude looks like he could
blue is better.
Fight an entire army.
Better than Head and Shoulders. And
the Peacock over Peacock. Peacock overdub of most music is
you played
fucking
every Mario
terrible.
game. You conquered every Mario game. You think you've mastered all there is to know about Mario. Well, you better think again. New Super Mario World, made possible by the power of
best
the Super
game of all
Nintendo
time.
System. You've
Right
never
there.
faced the challenge of so many enemies, so many obstacles, so many levels. You've never
Like
needed
I've
help from a
probably
dinosaur
defeated
before.
that game
Super Mario
a
World.
dozen
You did it
times.
only with a
Like,
Super NES. It's
I love
growing
it.
lineup of games for the next generation.
And I'm not even a big game
You've
guy.
gotta play it.
But
You've
I
gotta
just
have it.
love
You've got a reputation. Now you're playing with power. Superpower.
Super Mario World.
It's what you talk about.
If you want respect, you gotta earn it.
It's what you fight for.
The funniest part of culture at this time
It's gonna be a piece of cake, Q.
is finding out what wrestlers would end up going to see this movie. Juice, or we're going to see Boys in the Hood, or we're going to see Malcolm X, and then would quote them in promos, not understanding the context of anything they're fucking saying. Like Rick Rude in particular was in like late '92. He was really into talking about how he was going to do things by any means necessary. Jesse Ventura, of course, wore a Malcolm X hat on TV for months.
We've added the leading cough suppressant to the proven cold relief of Alka-Seltzer Plus. So now you can relieve your cold and cough together. Introducing
And
Alka-Seltzer
Dwayne The
Plus
Rock,
Cold
Dwayne The
and
Rock
Cough
winning on
Medicine.
us.
2 kinds of relief from only 1 medicine.
You go in thinking these people are stupid, it'll get you hurt.
When fear is an addiction,
Also, for those of you on Twitch, did the alert go out saying, hey, I'm live? Because I don't know if it went out to a whole lot of folks.
Whether you're the cop
What if I don't think it's all right?
or the criminal.
You're a cop. Arrest me.
Rush, featuring the music of Eric Clapton, rated R. Starts Friday at select theaters.
Okay, you got it. Okay, it actually did go out to some folks. Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his
Why didn't Rick Rude
way
just
into the
stay
ring
out there?
area At 250 pounds from Robbinsdale, Minnesota.
I love this hallway. This hallway is one of the best entranceways in wrestling history.
Rick Rude. He is accompanied to the ring by Paul E. Dangerously.
His belt fell off as he's walking into the ring. Of course.
Greg Sawyer.
Greg Sawyer. I need to resize the videos.
Cut the music.
I'll see everything.
What I'd like to have right now.
This is center stage, yes. Goes to Burt Burness.
Out of shape.
That dump.
Ignorant.
I love it, but it's a dump. Very funny that NXT's running there
While I take my robe off and
in a couple
show the
months, because
ladies
it's
what
a piece of
real
shit.
sexy man is supposed to look like. Hit the music.
It got really funny with Rude doing these pre-match speeches in WCW, because like in the WWF, they would legitimately tour across the country doing the TV tapings, so he could talk about each town he's in. WCW did TV tapings in like 2 or 3 cities. So he just had to start talking about like cable watching couch potatoes and shit.
Talk to someone that's got a little bit of decorum, and that's Ricky the Dragon Steamboat. And Dragon, thanks for stopping by.
Oh hey, it's our friend Ricky Steamboat. He can't stop doing commentary. He loves doing commentary.
Magnum TA's tragedy, right, I thought was terribly distasteful. Right. And I know and you know that Sting is far, far from having his career ended.
Well, you know something, as a matter of fact, Jim Ross, I have spoken.
Why aren't they watching the match?
And I have told him that if he ever
This is bothering me.
extra assistance, that I will be.
Like, I know they were bad in WCW about not talking about the match during the match, but you're showing both commentators literally having their back to the match.
Exactly right.
What keeps him going, just like myself, Dustin Rhodes, every other wrestler in this business.
Oh,
jeez.
jeez.
He's got drive. And he didn't ask me to say this, but I'm making
Got Tribe?
all the stingers out there and all.
Hey, Cesar Mania 87. So before Nitro, was worldwide and pro and syndication. Main event was Sunday nights, and then up until like early '94, Power Hour was Saturday mornings, and then this show was on Saturday evenings at 6:05.
I have seen it over the years, but if you ever mention my name in the same breath,
Yeah, bringing up Rick Rude's attempted comeback, it wouldn't have been good.
You want to come on over here and jump on Ricky Steamboat at any given time.
I
will be there.
The promos would have been fun with him and Austin going back and forth with very few limitations. But Rude was so physically broken. Like, he couldn't move. The only reason why he wanted to come back is because he realized, shit, I could make 500 grand a year. One run with Austin, I'm good.
Dragon, thank you very much for stopping by. We always appreciate what you have to say, and I want you to know that the fans are all behind you. There's no doubt about that.
Well, you know, everybody saw exactly what happened on TV with Sting.
I think it wasn't that the NAWA stuff was like, oh, this is Ricky Steamboat's great. Nobody watched the NAWA stuff. I mean, it's not like Ricky Steamboat was bad.
Remember, ladies and gentlemen, Sting and the Dragon.
And if you're referring to the commentary specifically, I think it's just for this angle.
Tuesday, January 21st at the Clash of Champions, and when we come back, it'll be Eric Bischoff and WCW Magazine.
Look at those empty seats. It's like a 500-seat building, if that. Bow, 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 bow.
Oh, the Super
superstars.
Oh, the
Are headed
superstars.
your way. Make sure you get to USC Pavilion in Chicago.
Power Hour was still
Sunday night,
around.
January 12th,
Still
so
very
you can see
prevalent at this time.
Vader and
It didn't become like a recap show until like
Big Josh
late
and
'93,
Zybysko in
I believe.
action at the Civic Center
Still
in
plenty of steam.
Indiana, Saturday night, January
Van
11th.
Earl
And
Wright,
this
Hammond,
Friday,
Indiana.
Township Auditorium in the capital city of Columbia, South Carolina, to see Stunt, Steve Austin, and the Steiner Brothers. Check out Ron Simmons and Arn Anderson at the Civic Center in Augusta this Thursday
Hey, Cold
night.
Peppers, thank you so much for the follow.
State Fair Arena in
Appreciate
Birmingham
it.
to see
Glad to have you here, bringing the flat soda and the crackers.
tomorrow night.
Again, if you're watching on a platform that is not Twitch, I mean, you're gonna have some fun watching. But come over to Twitch. It's the best place to watch this shit. You can chop it up in the chat with the Erotic Eric Fontaine fan club.
It's the new World Championship.
Love how they were like, our old magazine sucked.
68 pages, we've
Check out this new magazine.
with more inside information.
I can't believe they printed that.
And you
I
can save
can't
33%
I can't
on your
believe
subscription.
you had that haircut. AEW did the top 5, not the top 10.
Worldwide, it's the new WCW magazine.
It's totally math.
We've added
Yeah,
a
Ron.
cough suppressant to the proven cold
Mercy.
of Alka-Seltzer Plus to relieve your cold and cough at the same time. New Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough medicine in the purple box. Two
In the
kinds of
purple
relief
box.
From only one medicine.
Tonight on TBS, the Clippers are no longer dormant. They're contenders looking to...
Were they? Like, my understanding is the Clippers only got good in like the 2000s.
Live at 7:35 Eastern tonight on TBS.
Carrie Jacobson.
Oh, here we go. Another one of those weird milk commercials.
Drinks milk every day. Every day. She says milk helps her look good. I say milk helps her look really good. Really
Yeah,
good.
milk gives her those big old
milk helps her shiny
boobies.
hair,
Ugh.
great skin.
These
a
are
healthy
so
body.
fucking creepy.
Definitely healthy.
I follow her home every day and watch her drink milk under a
She
tree.
drinks milk. She takes care of herself. She gets a lot
At
of
least
attention.
everybody is of
From
age.
me, she gets total attention. Milk does a body good.
I never really saw myself as a cop.
The people of San Francisco were looking for a hero.
She drinks milk every day and she dresses like Helen Hunt. I'm mad about you. Cold Pepper, dude.
Women to do, places to see.
Chill down the horniness. You're at a 10. We're all having fun, bringing it down to about an 8. Nobody needs to be actively discussing eating butts.
Theaters everywhere.
Okay.
High schools to see what everyone
No
thinks
problem.
of the
Nobody's
clear
mad.
stuff.
Just
this on your pimples.
No.
we're all here to
It's
joke and have
totally new.
fun.
You
Just
stick it on before you get pimples.
don't act like this is Liv Morgan's Instagram
where
comments.
pimples start.
We'll be
So I
good.
stick it on. And I
Oh, hey, it's Myra from Family Matters.
Quickly deliver powerful medicine which penetrates deep into your pores. It gets under your skin to help prevent new pimples.
Work. Just look at this face.
New Clearasil Clear Stick sticks it to your pimples before
This
you stick it to
style of commercial where it's just like one roaming camera on a guy whose shoulders like broken in front of a bunch of teenagers all talking over each other. That was such a prevalent thing in this era. That's literally a WCW entrance song. I think that was Doc and Gordy. Yes, R.I.P. Myra.
Barbara Hershey.
Apparently Urkel was problematic, I've heard. Like, not problematic in like he's like homophobic or an abuser or anything. Just that I just keep hearing that
personal edition of the WCW
all of Urkel's castmates are he's out on like a talking shit tour for his book, and all of his castmates are like, he's actually lying about all of this.
And for those of you that saw it last Sunday,
Love to have the heel world champion on the cover of the new magazine smiling. Hello, Mikey.
our congratulations.
Thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Thank you for bringing the flat soda and the crackers.
Become the first Battle Bowl winner. And as I mentioned here last week, Jushin Thunder Liger upset Flying Brian on Christmas night to win the WCW World's Light Heavyweight
With his little
Championship.
glass award.
In Atlanta, Georgia, and see how the popular
There's no way that thing lasted a year before being like accidentally broken.
The tombstone. He got
Eddie wins. Is he?
Liger kicks out after the tombstone pile driver.
Yeah, let's wolf whistle. Jushin Liger, like a bunch of construction workers.
And the biggest match for
Whoa.
either man in their career.
Oh. I don't know why that spot's really funny. They both just jump into each other. I don't know why that's funnier than like a shoulder block. Yeah, they did like a tour of matches like that week. Like there's a Christmas match here, and like I think there's a New Year's Eve match at the Meadowlands, maybe. Holy shit, that is what that looks like. Those WCW awards look like the awards you get for like, oh, thanks for working here for 5 years, or like best new salesman. Mike Atkins move. I hate that finish. How can you watch both their shoulders at the same time?
Well, I'm sure you'll agree that had to be one of the greatest
Hate that finish. In WCW. The only time the guy doing the suplex's shoulders ever get counted is in a double pin like that.
The next Clash of
I hate
Champions
it.
event here on TBS will be Tuesday, January 21st, 8:05 Eastern Time, live from Topeka.
By the way, that Clash is fucking awesome. I just rewatched it last week.
It will feature Sting and Ricky.
The January '92 Clash with like the Steiners against Vader and Mr. Hughes. The two Dangerous Alliance matches at the end of the show. It's a little rough in the middle. Like with that Freebirds match. But
WCW history. We'll have more on the Clash next week. I'm Eric Bischoff, and this has been the WCW Magazine.
Promotional consideration.
no, it's not. It's not. Where's the magazine?
Can help you break the mold with Cybergenics in one incredible kit. Supplements, manuals,
Very well lit too.
Cybergenics at GNC.
They just turned all the damn lights on for that show.
Moving parts of your engine for up to
Very bright.
50,000 miles. Slick 50 starting your engine without it is a terrible.
Well, the Freebirds match is like 4 minutes in the middle, and the Peacock cut cuts out their entrance because they completely fucked it up. Because they were supposed to lip sync to their new song, and they couldn't hear the song in their earpieces.
Thursday, it's Straight Up with Sting. Friday, Lex on the Level. And Saturday, catch the Jim Ross Report. Plus, get the chance to randomly talk with WCW.
Randomly talk. I'm gonna call Wednesday at 4 a.m. and it's gonna be Bobby Eaton shit-faced, bitching about like his neighbor playing music or something.
The endless challenge of Super Mario World. So we let the players do the talking. Super Mario World is here. It's one of the
Man, it's like once 1990, like January 1st, 1990 hit, the Freebirds just became like jokes. Like just became the oldest wrestlers alive. Them and the Rock and Roll Express both became ancient. All those Olympians that are eating handfuls of M&Ms while competing. This is why Russia kicked our asses in everything for like a decade.
Melts in your mouth, not in your hand. Worldwide sponsor of the 1992 Olympic Games.
Does Marla still have the iPad brand? Could have eBayed that shit.
The people of San Francisco were looking for a hero.
Go under arrest, lay down on the ground or something.
George Cuffs
Ah, we're gonna die!
wasn't it.
Got women to do, places to see.
First time.
Yeah, he fucks. He still has it. He should totally eBay that shit. Make some money off of those fucks. I'm sure it's like old now, but
Starts Friday, January 10th at theaters everywhere.
To unlock your body's
This is
potential,
horny.
proudly offers Soloflex.
Like-
32 old-fashioned iron-pumping exercises, each correcting form and balance. All on a simple machine that's
tight shots of all the various areas that you want to perv out on.
anytime.
Mikey, thank you so much for the sub. Appreciate it. I'm glad that me showing horny softcore porn exercise commercials are bringing in the subs.
Not taking your work home at night.
It's a fine line, Doc.
Whether you're the cop
What if I don't think it's all right?
or the criminal.
You're a cop. Arrest me.
Rush.
Rush.
Eric Clapton, rated
Supposed to
R.
Roosh,
Starts Friday
who
at some
apparently
theaters.
not allowed run his employer right now for beating the shit out of a medic. Him and his dude, Girlistico. Cruncher, Larry Zybysko. Hell yeah, Mikey. This Paramount Global now, so to be a subsidiary of Dunkin' Donuts. Larry Santo in the ring is, of course, cousin to El Santo.
Don't forget, WCW returns here to center stage this Monday, 7 o'clock, for big national TV taping. We do expect the Stinger to be with us this Monday.
Like, what do you think inspired Larry Santo to see those shit green tights and the mustard yellow trunks and think these go together? Also, Larry Zybysko finding time to stall in a 3-minute squash match.
Rather personal conferences with the guys, you know? Zybysko, via the lethal lottery at Starrcade. One would think he would have been ecstatic, but that's not the way it turned out.
And I love, I've said it before in here, I love those purple banners at the top of center stage.
On the wrestling hotline.
I have no doubt he probably was the lizard somewhere.
Diverting the attention of Santo momentarily.
He looks like an off-brand Ninja Turtle.
Good thinking by Santo.
Like a stepdad, or no, he looks like a divorced dad whose kid is really into Ninja Turtles. And he's like, shit, I'm going to impress him. But he can only come up with the bottom half of the costume.
Last Sunday's big Starrcade event.
This is the period where Larry Zybysko's gimmick is I break your arm. He was Pinta.
Be sure you get your parents' permission before you call.
Another very orange man, Larry Zybysko.
Working on the arm of Santo. Last week we saw Zybysko.
Which is wild, because I think he was living in Minnesota at the time. I don't think he'd moved to Florida yet.
Face Barry Windham. Either one-on-one or in a tag. And he rammed Santo into the steel ring post. I'll tell you something. Sting overcame so much adversity.
Larry's like, you know what will make my matches more interesting? If I do the same boring-ass holds I do in every match, but I wrap them around metal things.
Good neck breaker by Zybysko. But Zybysko, or excuse me, Sting.
Hello, Chris Prime. Thank you so much for the follow, my friend. Appreciate you bringing the flat soda and the crackers. Larry Santo, is it as good as his brother Alhio Del? Yes. God. Why doesn't he rub the Ulafalo like that? Like at ringside? Like he's like trying to find the clitoris.
The early part of 92. The very abrasive CEO of the Dangerous Alliance.
CEO.
They have what an impressive organization. And I had totally thought his
that dance is so stupid. I love it. The Dangerous Alliance, I've said it on here. I've said many things on here before, but one thing I'll definitely say on here. I think the Dangerous Alliance might be better than any single iteration of the Four Horsemen. Like, even like the Flair, Anderson, Blanchard, Wyndham. That's like everybody's favorite. Holly and the Phone need to get a room. Yes, even the Tully and Barry. Like, it's a good team. Like, that's the best Horseman team. I'm not saying that those Horsemen aren't great. They are. Hey, Fran, how's it going? Glad to have you.
Zybysko wins the match.
I know it's a controversial opinion. Oh, hey, good brainbuster at a Larry.
Dick Murdoch in that brainbuster, dropping Santo on his head. And after you get a submission,
Yeah, Larry actually did things in that match. I was impressed.
Santo couldn't even defend himself. And just like last week, it looks
The West Wing will return to Max tomorrow. Something for us to binge after Dynamite.
Larry the Cruncher Zybysko.
Been meaning to watch Man vs. Hamster on there.
In the last couple of weeks here on WCW. Remember, if you missed Starrcade, if you don't know what happened in the Lethal Lottery or in Battle Bowl, I'll have an exclusive
He gets a
report on the
stretcher
Wrestling
because
Hotline
Larry
until
Zybysko's the
midnight
cruncher.
as Santo being helped from the ring.
Why the fuck is Doug Dillinger there? The closest thing they have to a medic is a retired cop.
Zybysko.
WCW. Close enough. This guy's wearing a tie.
Stretcher over, yeah. That's one way to
Yes,
describe
Larry
it.
Lynn coming from Chase and Rance's spare bedroom.
Zybysko and Mr. Dangerously. And I'm
I
sure they're
believe
gonna have a
in
lot to
putting
talk
creeps
about
on a registry.
this Monday night at Center Stage, and we'll be back.
I love how part of the entire replay is just Larry stalling. Main event tomorrow at 6:05, or for us, it's tonight in about an hour.
Sets off a spark and a small
We're gonna be watching main event too.
Marlon Brando,
Them monkeys wouldn't like nothing better than to get a hold of a man and say it's thought was a murder.
Jane Fonda,
Murder.
Never murdered anybody.
Robert Duvall, Angie Dickinson, and Robert Redford.
Doug Dillinger, Larry Santo's confidant.
I know you're out there.
Didn't find Baron Samedi anywhere.
The Chase, 10:35 Eastern, Sunday morning on TBS.
Dun, 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 dun. Oh, another weird milk commercial about how sexy you get.
Push me around. Just because I was smaller. But I was working
He wasn't
out,
that much smaller, by the
drinking
way.
milk,
I love
developing my muscles.
how small
My senior year,
big bullies are in Hollywood
Pardon me,
features.
I love this part. Pardon me, guys.
Pardon me, guys.
So as you can
Why
see,
is this
it pays
37-year-old man working out in his high school weight room?
It does a body good.
I never really saw myself as a cop.
The people of San Francisco were looking for a
What do you think? How big do you think the Christian Slater WCW crossover was?
wasn't it?
Got women to do, places to see. First time you screw up, you're out of business.
And then they got on the gas and aged 20 years. Exactly. That's what all that's what all those milk commercials are. They're just Deca commercials.
Theaters everywhere.
Words can't describe the
Milk helped me grow 6 inches taller overnight. I think those were those pills from the gas station, actually. Has anyone ever actually played a video game like this?
Super Mario World is here. It's one of the new generation of
Like-
Nintendo games. It comes only with Super Nintendo, and it's like
I'd have to
nothing
think playing like that would like
ever faced. Now you're playing
cause you to not play well.
You, my friend, can use some fun.
Oh yeah, baby.
Las Vegas, Atlantic City, cruise ships. But you gotta take
Is
this
Dick
along.
Slater
The
actually
Players
Christian
Club card.
Slater's
It's gonna
dad?
save you a lot of
If
money.
Christian Slater starts like
25 to
wobbling like
50%
Terry
off
Funk,
fabulous
maybe we have a
resort
theory.
hotels, 25% off meals and drinks.
Ellie
up to
Savalas,
50% off
baby.
shows and entertainment. Come on. Go
Come
Players
on.
Club for much more information.
Who loves you, baby?
You're too smart to pay full price.
New members get 2 free nights in Las
Who
Vegas.
loves
or
you,
Nevada City
baby?
when the club books their flights. Call toll-free now.
We've added the
Whiskey Spaceman, aka Whiskey Spachiman. Thank you so much for the sub.
at the same time.
Like I always like to say, I put those subs
In the purple box.
in a syringe, stab myself in the butt cheek, and I grow big old muscles.
Still rule the courts with Worthy, Perkins, and Scott. Yes! But David Robinson...
Yes, I love the sports commercials where they do the ADR dubs of like some random person throwing out sound bites.
Wrestling. Before we see Terrence Taylor in action, I'd like to take you back to last week. He and Miss York were going to have
What if I don't get a choice in this, Jim? Just take me back. You don't have to say I'd like to take you back. You're not asking my dad's permission to date me. It is my milk. Yes, Ghost of Burt Prentice. I'm gonna be the world's oldest 15-year-old.
Wait a minute. We began this whole thing with you, Mr. Taylor.
You're the charter member. You began it all.
Mike Rotunda erasure. They've retconned Michael Wall Street. Hey, Cecil. No, you've just missed a lot of sexy milk commercials.
You will be so kind as to show up at that meeting and participate. Maybe we can get things worked out.
I always love this trope. I'm gonna let all my hair to my bun. That means it's time to make out.
At 239 pounds from Vero Beach, Florida, Terrence Taylor.
No, her hair just got really big.
He's accompanied to the ring by Ms. Alexandra York. And his opponent already
This, I think she had just started dating Dustin.
South Carolina, Terry Bronson.
Terry Bronson.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm anxious to find
almost looks like a wrestler.
Went last week.
My favorite wrestlers are the ones that just wear their windbreakers to the ring. Exactly, Cecil. Pro wrestling rule number 17. Male wrestlers have never seen a naked breast. So if a woman acts remotely sexual, it's like crotch explosion.
And of course,
exactly. There was so much hairspray in her hair that it just stayed there.
That'll be held at the State Fair Arena in Birmingham this Tuesday.
Terry on Terry action.
Will he be leaving the York Foundation or will he not? When we left them last week, they were on their way to a high-level meeting.
Like Terry Taylor's wrestling his hero Ric Flair, but he went to the blood drive and didn't say when.
Broadcast and find out how their meeting went. Apparently, it went okay. They're still here together. But we'll find out more as Terry Bronson forces Terrence Taylor back into the ropes.
Charles Bronson? Terry Bronson? Whatever this guy's name is.
A few smart remarks for referee Mike Atkins.
Who's that guy from the Electric Company?
Interesting here last week, Ms. York was
God, I think he was on MMC too, the guy with the white hair that did like mouth noises.
As you saw last week, didn't make Ms. York very happy, and Bronson not going to be intimidated by Terrence Taylor's intimidation tactics.
Why does Bronson, like, his fighting stance is like T-Rex. Yes, Fred something. Okay, yes. His first name is Fred. But that's who this guy looks like.
Mr. Hughes will wrestle 2 men.
Gonna start like scatting about the fucking alphabet.
Taylor in a pinning predicament. He won't like that.
Hey, you don't pin me.
And Taylor up.
You tried to win this match.
As if he was insulted that
oh god, yeah, he does look like he pooed his tidy whities. Oh no. Got little poopers.
So York Foundation situation is very complex, and I know our fans are very concerned about.
Have you ever like really watched this referee Mike Atkins when he referees and both guys are standing? He's never like looking where you'd think he would look. Fred Newman, thank you guys. Fred Newman, that's who that guy looks like. But like they'll both be standing and Mike Atkins will just be like staring at like some guy's knee. Or he'll be looking up at the lights. It's so funny.
Matter of fact, the new magazine with Lex Luger on the cover will be out in about 10 days. So be looking for that. The year-end awards are in that. Wrestler of the Year, Rookie of the Year.
Oh, my cheek. He gave me a cavity.
That'll be in about 10 days on your newsstands. Good move.
Why did he do such a cool move? Yes. Mike Atkins is the amalgamation of all of the other WCW referees.
Bronson, and what an upset. Even though this is our first broadcast of 92,
it's like
it would have been hard to top
somebody in that company had a fog hat roadie fetish and like took it out on the referee hiring process.
Terrence Taylor with 2 drastic near falls, and if that's the advice the computer's giving him, I can perhaps understand his apprehension about taking the advice of the computer.
Like, what the fuck computer program would know how to scout for Terry Bronson?
And after a couple of
like, imagine the programmer that's like putting in all the information for Terry Bronson. Like, I can understand, like, you know, wrestling computer program. Yeah, it'll have the stats for, like, Ric Flair and Hulk Hogan. And this crowd's probably been here for, like, 3 hours now.
That he can utilize here. Ms. York seems to be rather pleased right now with what she is seeing. Good suplex. And the outside back.
Like, this would be a little more relevant in 2025, doing like a chat GPT manager gimmick.
Dropping a vicious knee to the head. Bronson.
Introducing first, managed by Gronk.
Certainly want to thank
This short typing and run racism.exe to give Terrence Taylor a boost. This. How shitty must that software be if he's following it to the T and he has not defeated Terry Bronson yet?
Scoops him up, and this one is all Terrence Taylor at this point. And Taylor, who characteristically keeps it on the ground.
Characteristically.
Up on the top rope here. A big splash right off the top. And Taylor separated himself.
That famous Terry Taylor splash that everybody knows and loves.
Right there if he had chosen to. Well, he just told the referee the reason he didn't pin him was because he didn't feel like it. Gut wrench.
I always loved how Terry Taylor would do the Dr. Bomb whenever Steve Williams wasn't in his territory. He's like, oh, it's my move now. Terry Taylor's going against the microchips.
There he goes.
5-arm. Boom. Little boop.
I don't know what kind of meeting they had last Saturday, but Taylor certainly looked great here today.
We've had to zoom out because Terry Taylor had his hand in a very inappropriate place. Like Atkins presenting Terry Taylor like he's a letter on the Wheel of Fortune.
And while you look at it, I'm going to try to get an update on this situation while we have the opportunity with Ms. York.
What are they chanting?
Terrence Taylor.
Like, I will say, if you're gonna do this gimmick, this is the perfect entrance song. Yes, in the storyline, they went to the hotel and did sex, I believe. They rubbed.
And ladies and gentlemen, last
For a competent wrestler, Terry Taylor really sucked. Yeah. Like, he's fine. Like, you watch him, it's like, oh, he knows how to do this. He just doesn't do it in a very exciting way.
The most successful meeting the York Foundation has ever had. The York Foundation's had.
Wait, the whole foundation showed up?
And right now, I
Tommy Rich was there?
Mr. Taylor, and tell you exactly what he's thinking and his decision, but I'm not. I'm going to let him do that himself.
Well, thank you, Miss York. It was a great meeting. Champagne was perfect.
I'm sure Tommy Rich has had group sex in his life. They have the computer propped up on the drawer. They're looking over like, what do we do now?
I darn sure don't need any of you. And this thing right here cost me a lot of victories.
Oh shit, he's got the word processor.
I waited for this to give me the answer. This is what I think of the computer, and this is what I think of the York Foundation. I'm on my own.
It probably hurt the guardrail more than it hurt the computer.
Well, apparently not. Terrence Taylor.
Yeah, they had chicken fingers in the meeting. That's what they call Ricky Morton.
She's speechless and will be back with heavy metal.
And as Cecil said, the curse of the good but uninteresting wrestler. They spend so much time getting good at the fundamentals that they forget that there's an audience watching. Call the hotline to find out what happened to that hotel room. And then it's just Jim Ross doing the audio of this for like 5 minutes. Yeah, the funny thing is, that's not a babyface turn. Terry Taylor
Saturday night, January
didn't
11th.
turn
And this Friday,
babyface.
you'll want to be at the Township Auditorium in the
He just
capital city of
became
Columbia,
Ted
South Carolina, to see
DiBiase.
stunning Steve Austin and the Steiner brothers. Check out Ron
Exactly,
Simmons
Cecil.
and Arn Anderson.
When guys like that end up being the guys that make the other guys look competent.
Be at the State Fair Arena
And then they
in
bitch all the time. Why haven't I gotten a shot yet?
Rude and Sting. And tomorrow night, make sure you're at the Methodist Civic Auditorium in Valdosta so you can check out the high-flying action of Fly and
So I believe that was Alexander York's swan song.
It's the Marina Civic Center in Panama City. Cactus Jack
And Terry Taylor the next week would be the tailor-made man.
You played every Mario game. You conquered every Mario game.
Or as I once tweeted, Ted DiBiase Taylor's version.
Super Mario World, made possible by the power of the Super Nintendo Entertainment System. You've never
Made
faced the challenge
possible.
of so many enemies, so many obstacles, so many levels. You've never needed help from a dinosaur before. Super Mario World, you get it only with a Super NES. It's part of the growing lineup of
To be fair to Bill Watts,
You've got to play it.
Terry Taylor in like 83, 84 did kind of give off the vibes of, oh, this is the next guy up.
Led Zeppelin.
But he was such a smart ass
Jimmy Page
that he just drove anyone booking for him crazy.
And now, Time Warner can deliver the exclusive 2-CD version of the Led Zeppelin remix.
And then that WWF run just killed all of his
You'll
confidence.
get 26 songs, over 2 hours of classic rock and roll for 4 easy payments. And it's
Or
on
easy
sale
payments.
now
Or
over the
is,
phone.
what's the Mitch Hedberg joke? 3 easy payments and 1 real difficult one?
This free 30-minute interview with Jimmy Page, Robert Plant, and John
Yeah,
Paul Jones.
one of the discs is just these guys slobbering into a microphone
This offer is not
in
available
a
in any store.
painkiller
Call
stupor.
now to get this exclusive TV offer. 2 remastered CDs or cassettes, plus the free interviews delivered to your home. This
Exactly,
offer won't
Brian.
last
Terry
long.
Taylor in
So
like
write this number
84.
down.
Mid-South Terry Taylor, he seemed like he was the next guy.
You best be showing me you ain't the man.
And then he just staggered.
How bad did that scare you?
And he got too full of his own bullshit.
I like being scared.
And then
Ecstasy. Don't like it.
Dusty heard him on an airplane making fun of him.
Man could get hurt. Jason Patrick.
And then he went to the WWF.
Nobody's got control.
And just that 1-2 punch just ruined that man's career.
Starts Friday at select theaters.
And now he is Coach Terry, uploading content to the WWE YouTube channel that he doesn't fucking own,
technique from Switzerland.
getting poor guys like me copyright strikes.
Doctor to help you firm the upper and lower abdominals.
Exactly. Terry Taylor would be the guy you team with the wild baby face that can't work a match.
Just clip on the tummy sizer, extend and contract your stomach muscles, then relax. Isometric exercise is effective because a muscle can be strengthened significantly when worked in a fixed position. The tummy sizer helps you perform the
Tummy
exercise
sizer.
correctly,
Like,
even if you can't do a
imagine
single
going to
sit-up.
Patton.
That's why I love the tummy sizer method.
Yeah, kind of a
That's the way
Buddy
I like to work
Roberts.
out.
The tummy sizer.
If that thing worked,
To order your tummy size,
we
call
wouldn't need to be
1-800-257-1234.
shooting up diabetes drugs.
Use your credit card to avoid COD charges, or send check or money order for $19.95 plus $4 shipping and handling to Tommy Sizer, P.O. Box 7500, Atlanta, Georgia, or call 1-800-257-1234.
Ladies,
There we go, Van Hammer.
making his way into the ring area.
He would be Van Hammer's partner. Terry Taylor and Van Hammer is a babyface tag team. Awesome Van Hammer down. Hey kids, you two can someday buy a guitar. Oh, Terry Bronson went backstage and got a robe. No. Holy. Also known as the man that once paid Ric Flair $10,000 to come to his indie show and tell 100 people that he was the next Nature Boy. Alright, the number for the tummy sizer out of service. Gives you an indication of how well that worked.
At Battle Bowl this past Sunday. And ladies and gentlemen, I have been joined here by
Yeah.
the man from
You know,
Consequences, New Mexico.
hate everything with the guitar.
Jack. And Cactus, welcome to our first broadcast of
I don't know if you guys have seen it. There's somebody, I found him on YouTube. I think they also post on like Instagram and stuff. Who, it's a musician who studied all of the the music scenes from the Zack Attack episode of Saved by the Bell and actually played what notes they were hitting. I would love to see them do that for Van Hammer. Just like thuds against the wall and like hitting shit with a rope. I have no idea how Van Hammer didn't knock himself out when he would spin the guitar. And again, these guys are not watching the match. Like, at least, like, you can't see the match. Like, I think the theory is that you could see the match behind them. But the two shots so tight that you can't see anything. Oh my gosh.
Once again, let me tell you that Van Hammer, I have been ending careers since long before you first lip-synced your works.
See, that's the thing. Van Hammer didn't lip-sync. You gotta give him credit. They never had Van Hammer pretend to sing. But I love how... Oh, what? How did that happen? How did Paulie go over the bottom rope? I don't understand the physics to that. But also, I love how every heel that wrestled Van Hammer rightly pointed out he had no fucking idea how to play the guitar. And they were supposed to be bad guys for it.
Van Hammer is taking his challenges too lightly, and pretty soon, Jim Ross, will come Judgment Day.
Well, he's got a big tag team.
No, they would come along like 30 years after this. Oh my gosh. You're not actually supposed to throw the guy. Alright, Mitch Pump found a tummy sizer on eBay for $25. No way that thing works. That famous metal song, We Will Rock You.
I don't think so.
Well, I can certainly agree that your situation with Heavy Metal Van Hammer has been a very...
Hello, Sin Cara Mystic Jr. WWE. Rawr. Thank you so much for the follow.
Never happened to me, Jim Ross. Never happened to me.
The winner of the match, Heavy Metal... Wait a minute. Cactus Jack is leaving our broadcast position.
Yeah, 5 kids are happy to see him win.
I knew we couldn't trust him. Cactus Jack and Heavy Metal Van Hammer.
That, yeah, a lot of metal songs are about how cool metal is. Isn't it cool that we're playing loud music and fucking? This is cool. Watch this. Only Mick Foley would be like, hey, let's roll down this thing. Mick Foley was the one guy that figured out how to have good matches with Van Hammer. Like, they had 2 Clash matches. One in November 91 and one in January 92, I believe. And they were both like so much better. Like, you would believe Van Hammer might be the next guy up. And then, yeah, Abdullah showed up.
I used to have dandruff, so I tried Head and Shoulders. Then I tried...
I used to have dandruff.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue relieves dandruff flaking better than...
Yeah, that was the offensive move. It was like a DDT roll.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue. We've added the leading cough suppressant.
You're not supposed to pour it in the box. Oh, they're making a point.
And cough at the same time. New Alka-Seltzer.
Oh shit, this is a big deal. Cold and cough medicine.
2 kinds of relief from only 1 medicine.
You played every Mario game. You conquered every Mario game.
I cannot imagine
there is to know about Mario. Well, you better
only being a kid and only having the one Van Hammer match for 10 years, and it's the best one he had in his life.
Challenge of so many enemies.
I mean, why did this guy do anything?
You've never needed help from a dinosaur before. Super Mario World. You get it only with a Super NES. It's part of the growing lineup of games for the next generation from Nintendo. You've got to play it. You've got to have it. You've got a reputation. Now
no, I don't. Do I? Again, if you're watching on TikTok, please, if you want to comment, come over to Twitch. I cannot see the comments on the TikTok feed because OBS and TikTok kind of sort of work together, but not really. Well, I know I'm live on TikTok right now, but that's about all I know.
Juice, rated R. Starts Friday, January 17th at theaters everywhere.
Everywhere.
WCW's 1-900-909-9900 hotline. Call the hottest hotline.
Somebody trying to wrap a phone cord around their neck?
Monday, Tony Schiavone talks. Tuesday, Matt Watch with Steve.
I know, my reputation.
News with
I
Dennis
didn't
Britt.
know.
Thursday, it's Straight Up with Sting. Friday, Lex on the Level. And Saturday, catch the Gym
Can you imagine what Lex Luger's hotline updates were? Just him like bitching about traffic to the gym. I'm waiting for this guy to get off my weight bench. Ugh.
Carrie Jacobson, she's fit.
This
she's gorgeous,
commercial's so
drinks milk every
fucking
day,
creepy.
Every day. She says milk helps her look good. I say milk helps her look really good. Really good. She says milk helps
Pervert.
with shiny hair, beautiful teeth, great skin, and a healthy body. Definitely healthy. Nice.
He stalks her
Very nice.
as she eats lunch by that tree. He talks about her
For
skin.
me, she gets total attention. Milk.
And WCW at this point is like the most dirt sheet friendly company in wrestling history. Got Mr. Hughes. He would have been in the first match, but he fell asleep.
From Kansas City, Mr. Hughes.
Boo, you wear a suit.
His opponents with a combined
Boo.
475 pounds, Dave Diamond and Jack Savage.
Look at those robes. Dave Diamond in the red there, wearing like a circus ringleader coat for some reason.
Here on WCW of 1992.
These are two dads who met because their kids play like football together. But like they're not allowed to go to the games anymore because they yelled at the coach a little too much. So they sit in the parking lot and get drunk. Oliver Humperdinck looks great. Oh gosh.
On the wrestling hotline and the Ross Report until midnight tonight. Hughes and Vader, I think, are going to make an awesome combination. And I've been informed that Harley Race will be their manager. And Race, the legendary 7-time sports.
Oh, I think it was. It wasn't Travel Ball. But they're like putting the same pressure on the youth league coach, expecting him to get their kid ready for the NFL. Those are little boots. I did not notice that.
For example, this past Wednesday. Hughes front face lock.
Oh.
Vertical suplex. Hughes starting out 92 very aggressively, not in a very happy mood. The atmosphere in this match is about as positive as a Roseanne Barr-Arnold family reunion. Great drop kick.
I've said it before. I love Mr. Hughes' drop. Yeah, shitty ankle boots and mustard yellow legs. But somehow he got the stripe to match with his trunks. Why does it look like he's set in like a bunch of dust? You got a dusty ass. This fellow.
Jack Savage trying to mount some.
Jack Savage. Yeah, I got a mustache and hair. I look like the Macho Man. That's what they say at the bar. I get up on the bar stool and they go, "Oh yeah, Macho Man."
Great one-on-one matchup, Dustin Rhodes and Arn Anderson.
He should have had his own line of rec spec. Yes.
But before we see that,
Yeah, very 1992 with the Roseanne Barr jokes. Oh!
Savage trying to get away from Hughes.
That was sick.
Him up and down, and again, chooses not to pin his opponent.
It was the most no yes move of all time.
I think you're really going to be.
Yeah, that's the coolest Uranagi I've ever seen. Kind of like Jeff Cobb's like Tour of the Islands thing, but also a spinning Uranagi. Just like a fucking choke slam. Oh, I hope you use it. You should hit London Lightning with that thing, Cecil.
And I respect the Steiners as much as
I
anybody.
respect the Steiners as much as anyone, but You know, if it were up to me, they wouldn't bring that damn dog.
They can physically manhandle Hughes and Vader. That man's 375. Partner 445.
By the way, check out Cecil here in the chat. Cecil Nix, along with Scott Garland, Scotty Too Hottie, my personal favorite, Cowboy Psycho Mike, Michael Oku from England, and a whole host of others. Mystery Wrestling's first ever tournament, Sunday, January the 19th, over on Evo Uno's Twitch. That's not even a double clothesline. He just like grabbed their noses and threw them down.
And they look very impressive again at.
Who knows? Maybe Mr. Hughes will be in the tournament. Mr. Hughes is kind of, sort of inventing all sorts of cool moves in this match. Jack Savage, he looked up to the heavens, and if you watch his lips move, he said, "Dear God."
The winner of the match, Mr. Hughes.
Fans, don't forget, we return here to center stage this Monday at 7 o'clock. I'll be talking more about it on my radio program on AM 750 WSB. Tomorrow night at 9 o'clock.
Cecil Nix, Psycho Mike, Scotty Too Hottie, Stu Grayson, Michael Oku, Bucks Belmar, President Dayland and Lightning, and one unannounced person to compete in the Mystery Wrestling tournament on Sunday, January the 19th. Again, that's free, live on Evil Uno's Twitch. Wow. I'm gonna go to that office at See It in Center and demand my WCW magazines. Knock on the door.
Sunday night, January 12th, so you can see Van Vader and
Vander all right rules.
It's Big Josh and Larry Zybysko in action at the Civic Center in Hammond, Indiana, Saturday night, January 11th. And this Friday, you want to be at the Township Auditorium in
Go to the pharmacy.
South Carolina to see
Hey, Refs as Wizards, welcome. Glad to have you.
Check out Ron Simmons and Arn Anderson.
The World Wrestling Empire, Magnum CK, retired independent wrestler. He's done a lot of videos on YouTube about that. They look really ridiculous.
Make sure you're at the Civic Auditorium in Valdosta so you can check out the high-flying action of Lion Brian. And
Lion Brian, he's making fun of him.
It's the Marina Civic Center in Panama City. Cactus Jack and
Yeah, I wonder if anybody got trashed in Panama City.
So I tried Head and Shoulders.
Why did everybody in this era have dandruff
Selsun Blue relieves
on
dandruff flaking
television?
better than Head and Shoulders, and doctors recommend it more than Head and Shoulders, Denorex, and Tegrin.
Blue is better.
Selsun Blue.
We've added the leading cough suppressant to the proven cold relief of Alka-Seltzer Plus to relieve your cold and cough at the same time. New Alka-Seltzer Plus cold and cough medicine in the purple box. 2 kinds of relief from only 1 medicine.
I never really saw myself as a cop.
Yeah, I don't know. Like I when I was a kid, I would get dandruff really bad, and then I just stopped getting it.
Lay down on the ground or something.
We might have solved dandruff.
Wasn't it?
Got women to do, places to see.
First time you screw up, you're out of business.
Here's the cheese car!
Christian Slater.
Taxi.
Cuffs. Rated PG-13.
If wrestling was back then like it is now, there'd be like 7 guys doing Christian Slater promos.
Championship Wrestling Magazine.
Awesome!
And
I was trying to rack my brain. The only time I can remember seeing dandruff lately, it's on somebody that's just covered in it. Like he stood under like a box of instant mashed potato flakes and got it dumped on them.
On newsstands worldwide, it's the new WCW magazine.
It's totally math.
Words can't describe the endless challenge of Super Mario World, so we let the players do the talking.
But did Fat Joe wrestle in WCW? I've heard a lot of that about PN News this week. A lot of YouTube comments calling him Fat Joe.
It's one of the new generation of Nintendo games. It comes only with Super Nintendo, and it's like nothing you've ever faced. Now you're playing with power.
You know, when you go play Super Nintendo with all your friends in an empty warehouse.
People hand in hand, M&M's can. Who can speak a language?
Jesse Eisenberg, so excited.
True Olympic
chocolate that melts in your
Yeah,
mouth.
nobody played video games like people played video games on TV. Nobody does that. You hold your controller at your waist, and if you really get into it, you just start cussing. And your face gets like squished. But nobody holds the controller up there.
Weeknights on CNN Sports tonight with Fred Hickman and Nick Charles. And now, see them whenever you want. The greatest plays of the day on video cassette.
We don't have sports bloopers anymore. TikTok ruined that.
The greatest plays of the day on one tape in one place. The Athlete's Foot. Only $8.99 with any purchase.
$8.99.
Welcome back, everyone, to Center Stage and World Championship
Wrestling. Yeah, we have Botchamania, but we don't have like Botchamania for, or maybe we do. I'm just not a sports guy, like football Botchamania.
Ravishing Rick Rude. But as I promised, we do have some comments from the Stinger. Let's listen to the man from Venice Beach, California.
Rude! If it's injury that you want, my
Rude,
friend, it's injury that you're gonna get. Only not mine. The next time you see
he's so dark.
Anybody sees one, whether it be for an arm, a leg, a neck.
Holy shit! It's almost problematic.
It's gonna be yours, Mr. Rude, because as long
the not top 10, okay.
And I'm standing, and my hair is still standing on end. And yeah, when I look ringside and see just one kid with his face painted.
One kid, which was typically the case in this era, it'd be just one kid.
And tried to put me out, but failed, pal. So many others have tried in the past, but I'm the Stinger. I'm a target.
I love that when a spot, I've seen it a few times when a planned messy spot ends up in Botchamania. But I hate it when the wrestlers have to be like, oh no, we meant to do that. No, just let it be. Just let it be.
Best beware. The Stinger is on your trail, and what a matchup it'll be at the Clash of Champions when Sting joins forces with the Dragon to take on, Ravishing Rick Rude.
Why did he say it like Rick Rude's name was a cuss word? Like, that guy.
He's coming to the ring by Paul E. Dangerously.
There's that one guy in the front row. Arn. This is my favorite stock song of all the WCW stock songs. There we go. Money for nothing. God, that jacket. The Daddy Magic special. That kid there. That man knows. Wow.
And this should be a phenomenal matchup. And we'll have it for you right after this. Time
out. Again, we're gonna watch that main event right as soon as this is done. So. About 20 minutes.
I used to have dandruff, so I tried Head and Shoulders. Then I
yes, it's Dustin, who was always good at Rhodes. Dave.
Better than Head and Shoulders. And
I'm sure you could see Daddy Magic seems like a ridiculous human being.
We've added the leading cough suppressant to the proven cold.
I don't know what the 42. I think it was just whatever the folks who designed the jacket put on. I don't think it had a meaning. I don't think he's wearing a Jackie Robinson jacket.
I never really saw myself as a cop.
Seriously. Turner must have owed this production company so many spots. And this was the make good spot.
Got women to do, places to see. First time you screw up, you're out of business.
There's the cheese car!
Christian Slater.
Taxi.
Cuffs. Rated PG-13. Starts.
Do people use ringtones anymore? I don't know of anybody that doesn't have their phone on vibrate.
Me get stronger. Back when I started
Did Christian Slater ever see himself as a cop?
Just because I was smaller.
I wonder if he had people to do and things to see.
Drinking milk, developing my muscles.
Alright, so with a Fun Daddy Magic show, he showed up early to an indie show, so the promoter had provided a rather large spread of food for the workers, including an entire box of protein bars. He went and put the entire box in his bag before anyone showed up. And that, my friends, is why Daddy Magic is a real professional wrestler.
So we let the players do the talking.
Seriously, Mikey, six commercials we've had all night.
Super Mario World is here. It's one of the new generation of Nintendo games. It comes only with Super Nintendo, and it's like nothing you've ever faced. Now you're playing
nothing I've ever faced.
Next on TBS, Danny Manning
childhood trauma.
Dominique and the Hawks.
That pronunciation of Dominique Wilkins' name. Dominique.
It's all coming up.
Very sarcastic, very smarky.
And the bell has sounded, ladies and gentlemen.
Some random guy comes and grabs Dustin's jacket.
In Atlanta, referee Randy Anderson has completed his instructions.
Isn't Dominique Wilkins his kid in NXT now? Or like tried to wrestle at some point? I thought I read that.
Exclusively here on TBS.
Like, I literally don't think I've had a ringtone since I got married, and that was over a decade ago. My phone just stays on vibrate. Right, another Daddy Magic story. As we were leaving a Chikara show and there were fireworks going off for some reason in the background, so I just walked up to a group of girls and asked why. But he just said, "What is this for? America?" I completely botched the reading because I was trying to get that guy's name. But hello, Kenny Truth.
Delivered on that move by Arn Anderson.
I do not know why you have audio only, Kenny. Might be an issue on your end. I think everybody else has video. Hey, Germ, over on Twitch. Hello.
Has been well documented on these.
Yeah, I just pulled it up on my phone. I got video. See?
A lot of pride.
Exception.
Very competitive situation.
Yeah, Evander Holyfield's kid's wrestling. The next two. I swore I heard Dominique Wilkins' kid.
Dangerously lying again. Dustin did not pull the hair. Paul very sensitive about hair pulling.
Yeah, if you would like a radio broadcast, I guess there's a audio only option for Twitch on the phone. Did not know that. As I swallow a hiccup.
Head scissors are a very effective move for him. And Anderson, the veteran, trying to.
This reminds me of that Triple H Tajiri match the WWE Vault put up a couple weeks ago, where Triple H does that spot, and he's expecting everyone to be like, "Oh, he's such a great wrestler." It's like, he didn't really even do it that well. But I mean, cool, he tried. Doing your work rate match in Japan. I hear Dusty Rhodes' kid is working in WWE. Yeah. Name's Otis. It's hard to do this when there are good wrestling matches happening. I've said that before. I said a lot of things before tonight.
Youngster from Austin, Texas.
Because it's like,
with the advantage now.
I'd like to point out the guys in the crowd. The guy that's got his hands like this and his tie-dye friend. Come on, impress me.
Keeping the pressure on the arm. Grounding Anderson. Anderson may be the stronger.
There are two women in the audience as well, wearing identical red sweaters.
On the mat, Matt Russell, this veteran. Anderson has come up to his
building the anticipation for a rope break, like that.
Has that leverage advantage. He's so tall, 6'6".
Seriously, Dustin is gigantic.
From the left side, no less. That's Anderson's forte.
I have not seen the Fart Master in a couple weeks. Hope the Fart Master's doing well. It's Fart Master Supreme.
Back down, and that time Anderson did pull the hair.
That's where the ECW tie. I got the idea. He's watching this match and saw that guy with his friend who's like this. He's like, I gotta do one of those things. That one doesn't look like fun, so I'll wear the tie-dye.
Cheating tactics.
Shit's falling off shelves in the
I've seen
background.
the referees ask guys 1,000 times. I've never seen anybody admit that they pull the hair. Fans here letting you know how they feel about Paul.
She'll say I love you,
Hope you fans will join us
Paul.
tomorrow on the main event.
There's a new Smoking Pope single
We're gonna have a
out.
conversation
Pretty
with
dope.
Ricky the Dragon Steamboat.
Listened to it yesterday.
We're also going to see that big tag team event I spoke of earlier in the broadcast.
I read that without out of context when born. Kabashi's one of my tops. Like,
One of the great matchups on the main
you
event
and
tomorrow
Kenta
at
in a
6:05 Eastern Time.
or
Of course,
in
here on
a
TBS.
situationship.
Headbutt by Anderson. Unique counter there. And follows it with the left hand. He is certainly prolific.
The Bill Watts stuff got fun as it went along, as he like got used to modern wrestling. Oh yeah, the Prime like episodic show, the Dojo Pro or whatever. That was a cool concept. It just happened to be produced and run by like a super well-connected alt-right Trump weirdo. Like I forget what his connection, but like his family was well-connected to like the Trump cabinet. And like it came out like after all the episodes came out, like Twitter was like, oh my goodness, it used all the guys that suck up the Twitter. So we will love it. And then I think Bix found out, David Bixen's band found out, Marchulo, I think is their names. But like the guy that produced it is like super into like alt-right filmmaking. Like I think in the last film to his credit was some like weird Christmas movie with like James Storm and Hornswoggle, where they just bitched the whole time about how you can't say Christmas anymore.
He really regrouped. What a move there. Even though he's obviously got to be in a lot of pain, he still executed the lariat. Now we're
Love a good mid-match full screen replay.
Anderson using the referee's 10 count to its maximum. No timeouts in wrestling, but that situation basically served as one for Anderson.
Arn Anderson has gotten so much out of that bump.
Referee checked to see if he wanted to continue.
What if he was like, no? Is Hornswoggle alt-right? I'm not going to say one way or another.
Anderson with a knee now to the midsection. Tosses Dustin
I don't know old Dill well enough.
Having to fight his way back.
I know he was on Fox News at one point to talk about the Peter Dinklage controversy, where he's like, only small people can play small people in movies. But I'm not gonna say one way or another. Just maybe I think he likes getting paid. I think is the Hornswoggle way.
One would assume will focus on the leg of Arn Anderson. We have seen the dangerous alliance.
Like a little Tyrus. Now I'm imagining him working in AAA as Tyrus Cito.
Zybysko and his opponents.
That'd be
right now,
fun for a match or two.
Taking a turn on the spinning leg lock before Anderson raked his eyes. In my years at this broadcast position, I can never.
That's right. No Tyrus match was ever fun. He, like in the NXT run, he had to have had. I think Neville got a decent match out of him once, and that's about it.
The figure four, I should say.
Like that weird run where he went back to NXT before he got fired, when like all the indie guys are there, and here's just Tyrus like doing this and standing over everybody.
Those long legs of Dustin Rhodes, really an asset in this particular maneuver. This match is one fall to a finish.
Love how Ric Flair's been gone Not even 6 months.
If he can't make it to the ropes.
And like, I feel like every WCW main event at this point, from this point until he comes back, has just a really long figure 4 leg lock.
Would linger on for hours after a match. And the damage may have already been done here. Dangerously in a chaotic state there. Anderson finally made it to the ropes. Referee had to call for the break. And now let's see if Dustin can capitalize.
Shout out to Arn for pulling those socks over the boots. Always a good look.
And Dustin back to work on the leg. First kicking it and then dropping the knee on it. And now crimping it against the ground.
Crimping it. I'm imagining Dustin giving Arn's leg hairs a perm.
Anderson has a reputation as being one of the toughest men in WCW.
Bordesque.
But even his tenacity may be tested here in this figure 4 environment.
That was neat. I liked that. Yes, crimping it. Has anybody ever referred to a submission hold as crimping?
Anderson having trouble standing.
I feel like that has to be like a one and only use of the adjective in a wrestling sense.
And he buries the knee into the
Oh my God, Arn rules! That was so good.
Anderson, he's down again.
That was so good. That Arn is the best.
Him to fight up as a coach would.
His damn crimped leg.
From ringside. It is certainly easier said than done here as Dustin continues to work on the leg.
I love Arn pushing back the 5 hairs on his head
Almost a great analogy.
because they're annoying.
When the Braves
They're
and
so
Avery
sweaty.
were in trouble, Avery went back to his best pitch of the night, whether it be his curveball, his fastball, or his slider. This kid knows that his best
Get it, Jim. You like real
attack is to
sports.
work on the leg, and that's exactly what he's doing. He's not using an arm bar or a wrist lock. He's working solely on the leg, and the right leg specifically.
That's typically how working a body part works, Jim. I love Jim Ross acting like working a body part is like this newfangled concept.
But he is really in trouble here. Anderson's experience.
Not like all these other idiot wrestlers that just hit each other all over.
By Dustin Rhodes in the figure 4. Irish whip in.
Oh, Arn is so... God, I love Arn.
What's waiting on it is a right hand.
What a good punch. I sound like such an old person.
Anderson tried to take him for the ride, but the kid blocked it. And this time,
There we go. Spine buster, but he can't do anything. What is Dustin doing?
the vertebrae.
Is he seizing? Like,
Unable to capitalize.
doing the Devon Dudley?
Normal circumstances, he would have executed a lateral.
I think Arn still has those 5 hairs.
But his leg.
Like, you just can't really see them because they're so faint. But I think he still has them.
In a timely fashion. Now on top.
1, 2, no.
Half a count away.
Now the fix is in because the referee is his old buddy Randy.
Phenomenal athletes here in WCW.
But I was reading.
Testing each other physically.
I don't know. Don't ask me why I was doing. I was reading the Randy Anderson Observer obituary the other day. Apparently, when Randy Anderson and Arn Anderson were going to high school together, Randy Anderson was the star athlete of the two of them. Like Arn was just like a stoner that like hung out in his van all day. Like Randy Anderson played all the sports.
And dangerously with a telephone, just cracked the kid in the head. Anderson and the referee's back turned from the action. Perfect position if you're a fan of the Dangerous Alliance. Dangerously with a cheap shot because he's as gutless as they come with that telephone on Dustin's head.
That'd be so funny. Arn just dying to 5 hairs.
Dustin, oh my, rammed it to the steel. He may have dislocated his shoulder right there.
Those ring steps look so awkward. Like imagine taking a bump on those things and just getting cut all over your body. Yeah, that's what it read like. That Arn Anderson in high school was just Jeff Spicoli.
Dustin now, after that blow to the head,
like a fucking
followed by
hippie.
meeting the steel with his shoulder, is being physically challenged as Anderson was in the early going. And Anderson trying to inflict further damage on the shoulder.
Yeah, just pick up like your iPhone, hit a guy with it. Shit. I didn't get insurance through my carrier.
Stomping on it. I really feel in my heart he enjoys what he's doing now.
Feel in my heart.
Obviously, if they could put Rhodes out of action, and Rhodes and Steamboat were unable to defend the tag team championship in the 30-day period, then the titles will be vacant.
Hello, Space Eric. Thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate it. Appreciate you bringing the flat soda and the crackers.
Personal issue between these two men.
God, Arn is so sweaty. I love it. I love a good sweaty wrestler.
For quite some time in this one.
God, I don't know. Kia phone in a sock. We should have martini glass.
And turning the arm, putting tremendous pressure on that shoulder, much like you'd see in a spinning leg lock. Same theory, same concept.
Yes, the spinning arm lock, which is the same concept as the spinning leg lock, except it's an arm. Thank you, Jim. My favorite thing about Center Stage is that like all the Turner execs would get invited to go over there after work on a weekday night to like fill seats, and you always see all these like sad middle-aged men in like ruffled suit, like wrinkled suits, and they'd be like sitting like this, and then they'd have their kids around. It'd just be like the 7-yard stare ahead, and their kids are like going crazy. Dustin is the better wrestler of the two. I like Dustin better than Cody. Not controversial to me. Cody's good, but Dustin's one of the GOATs.
And coming down for 3, going back again. Another 2 count.
Can't believe this.
And Anderson, hope you can hear that at home.
Another pro wrestling hold that got killed by MMA. The short arm scissors, or this version of it at least.
This kid is no normal athlete. And these fans that have jammed Center Stage.
That's right. When was it Bad Influence or Bad Attitude or whatever Daniels and Kazarian's name was? When they would drink the martinis, that was fun. I agree, Brian.
Oh my! I thought he had him. I thought it was academic.
How many pounds of shake and bake do you think Arn consumed in an average year?
And well, they should be.
Bad Influence was a team that was better. The sum was better than the parts. Those two played off of each other really well.
Now Anderson signifying that the end is near. Trying to go for a pile driver.
Yeah, the Road Warriors parody was fun.
All the way to the floor. And now can Dustin capitalize here? He's wrestling the match basically with one arm.
All right, LJH, have a good night. We'll see you soon. Thanks for hanging out with us. Appreciate you, as always. Salute. There we go.
He's got a lateral press and a near fall.
I love how Dustin would sometimes throw punches with 2 hands. Like, it sounds stupid, but he made it look good.
Of TV time. And I've just been informed that if this match is not over, we'll show it, the balance of it, to you.
The balance of it.
There's a bulldog.
Ah, the bulldog, hell yeah. I love a good headlock bulldog. I hate the Scotty Duhati bulldog. No offense to Scotty. Oh my god, where did he come from? Bobby Eaton just like formed. His molecules just came together. A drop kick is actually just a one-man double super kick. It's a good point.
Fans, we will tape this match in its entirety. We'll show you the
What is Ricky Steamboat doing? Promotional considers made for the following. We already know that. Before we go to main events, to finish out the night here, again, this is for YouTube members only. $4.99 tier and up. We're doing our members only stream this Sunday over on YouTube. Not quite wrestling. If you do not know what we're watching, get yourself ready.
Я сын американского дипломата. Я родился и вырос в Японии. В Японии я изучил искусство ниндзюцу. Я пришел сюда бросить вызов.
All right. So that is Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern for YouTube members on the Erotic Eric Fontaine and Armstrong Bingo tiers, $4.99 and up. And in the holiday season, I did upload a couple of sample, not necessarily clips, parts of the member streams to give folks incentive to sign up. Audio only in one channel, yes. If you're listening to in earbuds, and you're only like sometimes like I'll listen to something, I just have one earbud in, like, and then I'll be like, well, where did the audio go? I've had people mention that before. So.
New Year's resolution 1 week into the new year already.
What do you mean?
I tried fixing it in Adobe Premiere, but it just kept fucking up the aspect ratio.
Members of the Dangerous Alliance with Medusa at ringside.
Yeah, I uploaded partial versions of the member streams.
And also, as we promised you last night,
like the two things I posted are like I think a third of each one. Again, just to like give like an incentive.
Time got short. We said the cameras
like, hey, you want more of this? Sign up. Give me money.
Here's exactly what transpired.
All right, the rest of the match. I had to wait 24 hours to find out what happened here.
And I've just been informed that if this match is not over, we'll show it, the balance of it, to you in its entirety.
I did see that Missy Hyatt is getting one of those big rubber boys. It sounded like he called them beautiful Bobby Cakes, which genuinely a better name than beautiful Bobby Eaton. The tape machines were rolling the one instance. It's called a real doll. Oh, missed. Yeah, Ricky Steamboat, a year before this, was wrestling sex offenders in the NAWA. Oh, the chat is no longer showing. Hold on. I know why. Again, there we go. Better. I mentioned earlier I had to rebuild all of the scenes in OBS because of the issues on Sunday. Can you believe this kid's tenacity after having his arm twisted for 20 minutes? Also, why is nobody stopping the unauthorized fight outside of the ring? Oh, we have a raid. Who raided? Corner Studies, thank you for the raid. Welcome. If you've never been here before, we're watching some 1992 WCW. We watch WCW old school TV every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. Eastern. Welcome. Well, thank you for being here, Jonathan. I always appreciate your support, my friend. Hell yeah, Corner Studies with the best emoji. Gene Okerlund dressed all in denim. The best time for the Raiders to be here when everything's going crazy.
Rhodes has won it via disqualification.
I think Barry Windham lived in that jacket for like 3 years.
So to speak, so we can bring you that footage exclusively here on the main event. A lot of people very angry at the Dangerous Alliance.
Well, you know, there's a lot
of people want to cancel them. No, no, we're not doing
that. The
that.
Dangerous Alliance wants to do in WCW, but I'll have all the scoops on them on the hotline tonight.
Yeah.
Fans, when we come back, Eric Bischoff and WCW Magazine, the latest incident between Sting and Ravishing Rick Rude.
Not a magazine, I swear.
I used to have dandruff. So
Again with the fucking dandruff.
I tried Selsun Blue. Blue is better.
Selsun Blue relieves dandruff flaking better than Head and Shoulders.
Welcome back to TBS. I'm
Hell yeah, whoever taped this was like, fuck these stupid commercials.
Magazine. I'd like to remind everybody that you could pick up
Not that the commercials are stupid, it's just we've seen them all like 7 times each tonight.
at newsstands nationwide.
Wrestling fans unwashed. What a documentary that would be.
Lex Luger on the cover. Well, Starrcade 91 has come and gone, and for those of you that saw it last Sunday, I'm sure you'll agree that it was one of the most exciting and unpredictable events ever in WCW. Our congratulations.
I don't know if I would agree.
Overcoming so much adversity at the hands of the Dangerous Alliance.
Hell yeah, Bowser Extension. That's actually a good, a good plug for Blue Sky. It's still obscure enough that most work browser blocks don't block it off. Once again, hey, I'm fine with watching this. I'm fine with watching Pilman and Liger do the flying belly bop. I always love when guys who never do tombstones do the tombstone because they want to do that spot.
Liger kicks out after the tombstone pile driver. These men taking chances, putting their bodies on the line.
Like, when The Rock met Lexus King tonight at NXT, how dismissive do you think he was? Like, do you think Pilman Jr. was like, oh shit, he's gonna know who my dad is, and like, we're gonna chop it up? And he's like, oh, Lexus King, are you Lawler's kid? And then he walks off. Good talk, kid. You know, I had $7 when I started all this. Bonk. The blue, black, and yellow ropes should not have worked as a color combination, but they totally do. Hate this finish. What a shitty finish.
Well, I'm sure you'll agree that had to be
Bischoff looking up to the side like the window was actually flying at him.
Officials are now attempting to sign a rematch between these two outstanding athletes. We'll keep you updated. And don't forget that the next Clash of Champions event here on TBS will be Tuesday, January 21st, 8:05 Eastern Time, live from Topeka, Kansas. Already signed one bout that I can't wait to see. It will feature Sting and Ricky, the Dragon Steamboat.
That was the main event.
The U.S. heavyweight champion, Ravishing Rick Rude, and Stunning Steve Austin. Sting and the Dragon should make an awesome combination for this grudge match, and both have plenty of motivation against one of the most despised.
Yeah, that's insane that Liger like had a fucking brain tumor removed.
I'm Eric Bischoff,
and he's like, yeah, I'll be back in like half a year. Why not? Oh shit, dream match coming. Cactus Jack and Arachnaman finally have an Armstrong. Mark it off on the bingo card, Jonathan.
It's the new World Championship Wrestling Magazine. Awesome.
The nude WCW magazine.
We've tripled our size.
Really
With more inside
Pretty
information.
big.
I can't believe they printed that. And you can save 33% on your subscription.
Yo, subscribe today and save some
Hey.
On newsstands worldwide, it's the new WCW magazine.
It's totally massive.
Carrie Jacobson, she's fit and she's gorgeous.
This fucking commercial.
Every day. She says milk helps her look good. I say milk
I feel
helps
if
her
I
look
air
really
it
good.
a dozen times, I'm gonna
She
get
says
put on a
milk helps her shiny
registry.
hair, beautiful teeth, great skin, and a healthy
Great
body.
skin.
Definitely healthy. Nice, trim, very nice.
Trim.
She drinks milk.
I don't like that he's talking about her
Gets
trim.
a lot of attention.
Oh, that's not me doing that, by the way. That's actually the person who taped this. The person who burned it to DVD. It might be the latest we've had an Armstrong pop up on one of these streams. Almost 2 hours in. Hey, John the Revulator. Yes, sexual crime. That's what we pull here. Here comes copyright infringement. And I love that they were like, what if we invert the colors? And just, we could steal that character.
From Truth or Consequences, New Mexico, Cactus Jack.
Hell yeah.
Cactus Jack and Arachnoman.
As I mention every week, Cactus Jack dressed like Peg Bundy.
We'd like to congratulate Sting and his victory in Battle Bowl.
Bang bang.
If you'd like to see Starcade,
Dude, I wish I had time to play TEW. I'm very jealous that you have the time to put into that game, because it's like so much work.
Cactus Jack teamed with Buddy Lee Parker, for crying out loud, and Buddy Lee,
LA Laker man.
was really unable to even compete in that. But Cactus Jack, who did not make it to the finals of Battle Bowl.
Yeah, shut your mouth. Person in the audience.
After beating up Buddy Lee Parker, he and Abdullah, it was really his own fault. Our thanks to all of our fans who came out this past Wednesday.
Yes, that is the funeral dirge.
We look forward to returning with some great action.
Is Cactus Jack's music. Yes.
A Sunday night.
Actually, really cool music.
About that in the weeks to come here on TBS.
Imagine being a Turner lawyer trying to defend it. Really, what the hell?
Collar and elbow giant. Certainly one of the most vicious ever in WCW.
Like, seriously. Like, I think it was like within 2 or 3 weeks of Arachnoman debuting, they announced publicly, hey, we're putting out a comic book with Marvel.
There's that quickness we've seen so much from this masked man.
And they did not run this by Marvel at all. They're just like, yeah, we're going to steal one of your characters.
He was pushed out by Randy Anderson, the referee.
And Marvel was like, what the fuck?
Don't forget, fans, we are not too far away from the Clash of Champions. It's on the 21st. That is a
And they didn't tell Marvel they were going to do it. They just assumed, yeah, we could steal your copyright or your trademark, whatever. It's wrestling. Change the colors.
Or outside of the building. That means our cameras may have to follow Cactus Jack and Van Hammer in downtown Topeka somewhere to settle this once and for all.
Like, the comic was weird, but it was like a decent little comic book. Art was good. I like the art.
It is going to be kids' night out. 2 kids, 1 paying adult. The kids get in free.
Stingler.
2 kids for 1 paid adult.
Don't get the reference when born ideas. I'm not like I've watched the Marvel movies and I'm not like super into Marvel. I'm not a big superhero guy.
Concerned or intimidated about Cactus Jack.
Yeah, the WCW comics weird. Like Sting going to hospitals talking to dying kids. I believe there was a brainwashed evil Sting in one of the editions. They would frequently mess up the skin colors of the wrestlers. Like, making all sorts of guys black who are not black. Gotcha. Gotcha, Winborn.
Right hand to the face.
Jeff Farmer.
Hand on the back of the neck. We've seen that so many times from Cactus Jack, and I can only think that he really gets his jolly, so to speak, from breaking it.
Oh gosh. All good, Winborn. All good. Speaking of meds, I'm going to take mine right now, so I can go to sleep after we're done. Porky Mastodon, Colorado. Yeah, that's a pretty safe bump from old Mixter.
It has been a great contest between these two athletes. Arachnoman going to work on that arm, which was hurt on the ropes, or actually on the post on the outside. No, he went in.
Yeah, Cactus Jack was like,
Cactus Jack pounds away at the head.
I don't know, he's like one of the few like cool feeling wrestlers. Like, you watch Cactus Jack, oh, this guy is not a fucking dork. I mean, Mick Foley's a fucking dork. But like the Cactus Jack character in the matches, like the opposite of all the dorky shit going on.
Arachnoman Dave out of the ropes on the far side. Head of steam. That's 300 pounds on the back of Arachnoman.
He's a fucking spider on the top of his mask. Gee, I wonder why Marvel got mad.
WCW here on this.
All right, Bowser, have a good night. Talk to you soon.
Glad you could be with us. Want to take this opportunity to remind you to join Jim Ross on AM 750 WSB.
This is a relatively chill Cactus Jack match.
9 o'clock Eastern Time.
Mick's not like, hey, I need to break my hip to make this exciting.
Look at Arachnoman, he may be out here. Arachnoman, a good close look at his face. The face behind the mask.
Though I will say, Cactus Jack and the York Foundation would have been very funny.
Great matchup here on the main event, and what excitement we had moments ago.
Cactus Jacob.
Footage that was continued from
I love that shot. That's like the top row of the building. One guy's just shoving popcorn down his throat. There are two women cheering, and then some moms like falling asleep. What was the best Cactus Jack McFoley? The promos wise, it was the ECW run.
Actually to the chest area. Now goes Arachnoman again. It is
I'd have to. Honestly, in terms of work, I kind of like this era of Nick the most.
Here comes Cactus Jack. No, Arachnoman sending to the post. High back body drop. And Cactus Jack is in trouble here.
Yeah, like even like as a kid, you could tell that guy's different.
In a long time.
That guy's cool.
Irish whip in. Midsection. Knee left. And now, the agile.
I love how Brad Armstrong did not change a single thing about how he worked.
There's his headbutt. Now he needs to
like other than doing the little spider crawls, like he's just wrestling like Brad Armstrong would. Oh, that
Cactus Jack's in the ropes.
Bless Brad Armstrong's heart for trying to make this shit work. Yeah, Cactus and the Cartel was fun. With Mockin' Singh. He just gave that man a wedgie. Yeah, Flying Brian and Cactus had a couple really fun matches at Center Stage. Remember Brian taking the dive off the tunnel. That was a blast.
He was too close to the ropes. Cactus Jack held onto the ropes as long as he could and then put the foot on there.
What a weird fucking group the Cartel was.
He had not.
I hate that we're kind of restricted from watching Global on these streams. God. Like Scotty the Body, Anthony, Mick Foley, Rip Rogers, Mockin' Singh. Just grabs the man's trunks so far. Yeah, whoever taped this did not give a fuck about these ads. Absolutely, Brian, yeah. Just all sorts of weirdos. Oh, the Ross report. He's going to talk shit about everybody who's injured.
And as you fans know, the Dragon and his partner Dustin Rhodes still deeply involved in a tremendous feud with two members of the Dangerous Alliance. I'm referring to Paulie Dangerously's men, Arn Anderson and beautiful Bobby Eaton. Now, Dragon, this situation obviously is far from settled.
Dragon.
You know, that's right, Jim Ross. Paulie Dangerously has got this team together, and they're no strangers to the wrestling world. Arn Anderson at one time has been a World Tag Team Champion, I think, on a couple of occasions with various partners. But on this particular incident that I've got with Arn Anderson and Bobby Eaton, it's a situation to where when Dustin, Rhodes, and myself step into the ring, they are so good. They are such a caliber of a wrestler that on any given night, Dustin or myself could be beaten and lose the belts. But we have wrestled these guys, and we have wrestled them.
So I cannot get over how fucking hot Ricky Steamboat was with that beard.
It's been a hard-fought match,
Like,
and the situation I've got to tip our.
he looks so good with the beard. And the fact that he really only had a beard for like that run is insane to me.
We still got a long ways to go as being tag teams.
In recent weeks, you've had your share of problems, it seems like, with Medusa. I know you almost
Like, he could have been
on more than one occasion to do
the
something
early
different.
90s
I know
version
you
of
were
like
adamantly
McDreamy.
Well, you
Like
know,
all the
everybody who's
housewives.
watched Medusa on television each week, it seems that she's been sticking her nose into everybody's business. On one occasion or another, she seems to be getting involved. And I think what she's doing, being a woman, she's getting involved into men's situations.
Jesus, Ricky. Being a woman.
Right. Now, there was a situation on TV in which she came up and had kicked me in the back of the head, and just out of
Medusa dressed like Paula Poundstone. I can kind of hear that, Jonathan. Ricky sounds like he's giving a book report when you didn't read the book.
That's not me.
Well, I know that ravishing Rick Rude, the U.S. champion, has made quite a threat towards you.
Hey, Ref Raw Page. I love this. This is my favorite era of wrestling ever. I kind of biased because this is like the stuff I got into as a kid. Like, this is what sold me on wrestling. Like, I could watch like late 91, early 92 WCW every day. Yeah, what if he brought in Bonnie and Bonnie just complained to her? Nagged her about like, oh, this locker room's not good enough for Ricky.
I guess I'd be a liar to say that, I didn't. That is something that overtakes every professional wrestler.
Yeah, the WCW tag titles were really small. I see that, Brian.
And get a win on a man in a one-on-one situation is probably the best feeling you could ever have.
Ricky, thanks for spending some time with us. Fans, we'll have more.
So good on Paula Poundstone for still touring.
Time out.
2025. Ah, man, that probably ruled.
I used to have dandruff, so I tried Head and Shoulders.
Yeah, Kip
Then I
Fry
tried Salts and Blue.
is such an underrated WCW head honcho. Like, he cracked the code on how to run a wrestling company. Pay them better when they work harder. Treat them like people. Chuck Coates, friend of the account, Chuck Coates, against Marcus Bagwell. Chuck Coates apparently just got his blood pressure taken before the match.
Dangerous Alliance first on him and then on Sting. That happened right here on TBS. But Marcus back now. And
A little bit of the corporate cane.
He was very successful in Starrcade. He made it.
Chuck Coates always throwing jackets around. They got way too close there. Surprised they made that work.
Clothesline takedown.
Imagine when Coates got to the building that day. He didn't recognize Bagwell, but he went, hey, that stranger sure is handsome.
Very interesting matchup. Bagwell, a graduate of Sprayberry High School up in Marietta.
Like, I cannot get over that Marcus Bagwell's gimmick on national television for like 6 months was he graduated from a specific high school in Marietta, Georgia. I think Bagwell was maybe 2 years then, because he did some Georgia Indies, and then he had the global run.
There's a good look at him, and he's a fine look.
And then Missy Hyatt got him in here.
And is really making a name for himself in WCW.
Chuck, I love Chuck. He's a nice guy, but pulling your trunks up when you're in a hold, buddy. I mean, I get it. You're sensitive about the midsection, but This is actually his first year as Rookie of the Year in '92.
Has a lot of firepower.
First of many Rookie of the Year trophies he got.
Bagwell here on the main event on TBS. Would certainly be a bonus for him.
I think a lot of people thought he was related to Jeff Bagwell, the baseball player. The funny thing is, Jeff Bagwell has appeared at a WrestleMania. Buff Bagwell never has.
Bagwell with a vertical suplex to a bridge. He's going to pin Chuck Coates.
Jeff Bagwell did an interview segment in the crowd at WrestleMania 17, while Buff Bagwell had just lost his job.
With a sensational win.
His calves will self-destruct. Pop right there.
Got the knee up, actually hit Coates right in the
Who's the better multi-time Rookie of the Year, Gary Young or Marcus Bagwell? I like Gary Young better. Probably sold somebody crack at some point. JC Ice did do a WrestleMania, that's right. And then he got pissed because his WrestleMania payoff was like $500. Which, to be fair, it was 1997 and not the good half of 97. There we go. Old Vanny Hammer. This team is so stupid. I love Matt Bourne, other than the fact that he's allegedly a real piece of shit, or was a real piece of shit when he was alive. I like watching him wrestle. Van Hammer. But this team just looks so ridiculous. A lumberjack and a guy pretending to play guitar. I think Josh wasn't even trying to pretend to do air guitar. He was just stroking that thing like a boner. I love the JC Ice story of how he got fired from the WWF. Where like he took like a whole Xanax bar and got real fucked up when he was supposed to meet up with Wolfie D and Brian Christopher to drive from like Louisville to like Michigan, like northern Michigan for a Raw taping. And so they just left his ass behind, and JC or Jamie being real fucked up. Like, shit, I got to get to TV, but I'm like fucked up out of my mind. So he calls a taxi in Louisville and has a taxi drive him from Louisville, Kentucky, all the way up to like the border of the Canadian-American border, with no money on him. And he gets out and he hands the bill to Jim Ross, and he's like 6 hours late to TV. It's like a $900-something taxi bill. Yeah, Bobby Eaton used the fake Giorgio Moroder song until like 94, I think. Until he hooked up with Steve Kern. Because Benoit came out to it with him, too. Oh yeah, he definitely should have been fired. It's fucking hilarious. The gall.
But he's going after Bobby, who's not even a legal man, and you see Randy Anderson. We've got all four now in. Out goes Bobby.
Bobby Eaton. I love him. Van Hammer, like, yeah, I did something. I didn't fuck up that clothesline.
First time together on TBS. They were a team during the Lethal Lottery, but...
Hello to Kyle.
I'm not so sure that after the airplane spin...
Appreciate you coming in. Appreciate the sub. Not the sub, the follow. Okay, that's a neat touch. A lot of managers would not do. She just put on Steve Austin's robe. I assume because they didn't have anybody at ringside to take it to the back. Like I have to assume that like Doug Dillinger fell asleep and didn't come to get the robes, and she's just like, fuck it, I'm gonna put it on. Last I heard, Van Hammer was a few years ago. He got a DUI for driving through a school zone at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon drunk and he hit a kid with a car. I think there's like 4 or 5. I think it was right before the pandemic. Yeah, people hate Bobby Eaton, they have no soul. I agree. Bobby Eaton rules. I still can't get over that stream a couple weeks ago. Son of a bitch!
Heavy Metal and Big Josh have been very successful. Bobby up.
You know what to do with that arm?
Trying to send the big man in and does.
Oh shit, Bobby Eaton rules. Bobby Eaton's like, I'm gonna do whatever it takes to get something out of Van Hammer.
Another chance to regroup. Heavy Metal calling out of the fans with that stomping clap of his.
Yeah, the only one time that Bobby Eaton ever spoke like clear English. It's perfect.
Hammerheads all over the place.
What is Van Hammer even pantomiming? Oh shit, Van Hammer has like a little dark streak in his hair. Screamo Van Hammer. My Chemical Hammer. Taking Back Hammer. Oh god. Bobby Eaton is doing everything. Like, just grab my hands.
Very much of a veteran. Hammer has all the power, and you can see that upper body strength he has, bringing Bobby right down to his knee. One knee now.
God, Van Hammer looks so stupid. Like, he's taking a poop. You just call it the Greco knuckle lock. The Greco? You just like combined Greco and Roman. I love Tony, but come on, buddy.
Terminology, Greco knuckle lock, was taught to me by one of the.
Yes, exactly, Christopher Prentice. Not the last time Van Hammer would be called disgusting by a woman that night.
And Bobby has a word to say is stunning Steve Austin.
Ask me how he got his job.
Wait, what?
You know, Medusa's acting like a nut here in ringside. And
did she just insinuate that Van Hammer blew somebody to get his job? Kind of awesome, but also what? Hammer's greasier than a New York dollar slice. Why do they keep cutting to the most bored people in the audience? Like, there are people around them that are like, yeah!
Onslaught down from Heavy Metal. Standing side headlock, here we go again. Bobby.
So much was happening there. Randy Anderson like dove out of the ring to get out of the way.
With a head full of hair to take Heavy Metal down, and now Van Hammer on the outside, and this is where trouble is going to begin. The World TV Champ. Head first goes Van Hammer to the
so much hairography. This match is dragging so hard because of Van Hammer. Because for some reason Van Hammer is the guy in the ring for the majority of the match. They're like, we'll teach him how to work and make everybody sit through it.
Bobby may have a pin. It's Josh into the rescue. And he was on target on the head of beautiful Bobby.
Imagine if John Cena for the retirement run comes back wearing jorts that look like that. It's like skin tight and they're rolled up.
And a vertical suplex. And Randy Anderson is going to allow it to stand, even though he did not see the tag. That is referee discretion there. Here comes Josh again.
I think the idea was they're trying to like teach Hammer how to work.
Many years ago, that would have been a
By
disqualification.
having him in there with like good guys that are getting heat on him, like teaching him how to sell, and it's just not. Hey, it's not getting through to him. Oh God.
Oh, thanks, Medusa. And
Medusa's just. She's the star of this thing. Just talking her shit. But also that it's a televised match. You do this at the live events. Do this at the house shows. Why is he just allowed to walk around with an axe handle? Shouldn't that have been confiscated at some point? And why is Hammer selling like this? Like he woke up and had like an itch in his back. And Hammer's just like, fuck all that stuff. I've been getting beat up for 10 minutes. I'm gonna headbang.
And Bobby to pick him up as he goes in.
Yeah, Medusa's just shitting all over Hammer. Something had to have happened, and I love it. It's so good. She's shitting on him in ways normally heels wouldn't. Ralph over on Twitter, thank you so much. I'm here every Tuesday at 9.
Takes Van Hammer right down to the mat.
Yeah, glad to have you, Ralph. Thank you so much. Yeah, it should be Big Josh. I get the idea behind it, but it's not working in theory. She's one step away from screaming, that man has hepatitis C. Yes. Oh my god. It was either the best worked punch that man ever threw, or he punched Steve Austin in the face.
Strategy now to neutralize the strength in areas again. Once Hammer is down like that, either on his knees or laying flat on the mat, that upper body strength is neutralized.
Whoa, one of the more underrated bumps in wrestling history is the Steve Austin middle rope bump that he would do up until he fucked up his neck with Owen.
Hammer up to one knee. Austin very close to his own corner. Hammer, can he reach or not? Yes. With the desperation leap, he's there. And now Big Josh.
Big Josh is so sweaty for a guy that's just been standing in the corner this whole time.
And this cannot go on for long.
He's got a dad sweat going. Like he sweats in a way that like only like dads working out in the yard typically do. Austin was telling him, "Yeah, get it the fuck out of the way, Hammer. We're just supposed to be bumping around. Why are you in the ring?" Beautiful Bobby, again, just out of nowhere. He has to do his leg drop. Every Dangerous Alliance match at some point has a Bobby Eaton Alabama Jam. There we go. Beautiful Bobby Cakes. Stunning Steve. Mike Rotunda's sweat would just like make the ring all damp. Austin was a natural. So good. Doug Dillinger's at ringside. Like, come on, guys. Get to the back. I want to go home. Not a whole lot more. We're at the end. Yeah, Hammer's like, fuck this.
Okay, we're back with you on the main event here on TBS. Want to remind you, we have a big return match of sorts signed for next week, as you saw the tag team encounter.
Those children were like sitting in the back. Doug Dillinger wasn't going to stop them from running up front to get high fives.
We'll also see for the first time a match with Ricky the Dragon Steamboat and Beautiful Bobby. They'll go one-on-one, and we'll talk about the situation involving Ravishing Rick Rude and Sting. Now, I want to say something about you and your hotline. Okay, I
what's something about you and your hotline? He's going to say something real sexist, too.
Don't let your feelings towards Medusa nor Paul E. sway you in any way. In other words, don't be a biased reporter tonight, okay?
I am not a biased reporter. I'm the best. I mean, you can call me Barbara Walters of professional wrestling.
Okay.
But, you know, not Barbara Walters.
So he's like, why, boy, should we take you seriously?
Arnold Schwarzenegger guy.
Yeah, there's always a motive there, isn't it, Missy?
Yeah.
We're Missy Hyde. I'm Tony Schiavone. Don't forget.
Oh, they did Austin Van Hammer the following week.
Right here on TBS. See you next week for the main event.
All right. We are done for the night. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me for the last couple hours. I appreciate you all. We went a little bit over. Well, I normally like to end at 11. We're a little bit over, so I appreciate you all hanging out after hours. Again, thank you all so much. YouTube members, I'm back YouTube members only on Sunday night, 8 p.m. We're going to watch weird Russian bootleg dubs of Fight Zone, a fake MMA show. And non-YouTube members, I'll be back here on Twitch next Tuesday at 9. Back on Tuesdays. Holidays are done. We're back on Tuesdays, our night. Thank you all again. As I like to end these things every week. Even if you don't make it here next week, I hope you do. Please come back here. I need the numbers go through the roof. I got goals to hit. But even if you don't make it here, I hope you make it the next Tuesday. 7 days. That's all I'm asking. I'm gonna fight my hardest. I know life sucks. I know it's hard. There are days you just don't want to go forward. There are days it sounds better to just not. I get it. I have those days myself. But I hope we all make it. We're gonna make it. And my name's Tom, right there. This has been WCW Deep Cuts Live. Go to bed.